Hello, my dear students. To introduce myself, I'm Yogesh. Yes, I'm working as an assistant professor in the Department of English at Government First Grade College for Women, Hassan. Dear students, in this present PPT session, we will be discussing a beautiful essay written by A.G. Gardner on the rule of the root. This is such a wonderful essay. At the end of the essay, we will have a nice message from the essayist. This lesson, this session, the first session of this lesson has got some learning objectives. After reading this essay or after listening to this essay, it will help you to understand the context and the use of language and the various aspects of this essay. And these are all the contents we will be discussing in our further slides of this PPT session. We'll have discussion about the author. The author, we came to know that his name is A.G. Gardiner, and his complete name is Alfred George Gardiner. He lived in between the years 1865 and 1946. And his major works, and also to the introduction to the essay, and also we'll come to know what is the real meaning of liberty, and we'll also have discussion about the central idea of the essay, and at last we will have the session's summary, and at the end of this session you'll get some references from which sources I have collected informations to prepare this PPT session. Let us discuss about the author. Before getting into the discussion, we should know about the author. As I told you just now, that this beautiful essay, is written by Alfred George Gardiner, and he was a British journalist and author. He was a prolific essayist, and he was also a journalist, and his style and subject matter easily qualifies him to be categorized as what the English would call a very civilized gentleman. From 1915 onwards, he wrote under the pen name Alpha of the Fluff. So, this was the pen name what he has given himself to continue his writing. Uh, his essays tenderly deal with the simple and unobscured truths of life. Almost all of his essays will be dealing with the simple and unobscured truths of life. Gardner was born in Chelmsford, and he was the son of Henry James Gardiner, a cabinet maker and an alcoholic father, and his wife Susanna Taylor. He worked as a journalist in various newspapers and journals. He was not only an essayist, he was also a journalist. From 1915, he contributed to the Star. It was one of the major magazine which was being published in those years. So under the pseudonym Alpha of the Fluff. So it was his pen name, which is also called the pseudonym of the author A.G. Gardiner. And what are his major works? His contribution towards English literature. He wrote some of masterpieces, and I have taken some examples of his masterpieces which are written by A.G. Gardiner. Prophets, Priests and Kings, Pillars of Society, Leaves in the Wind, Pebbles on the Shore, Windfalls, The Shadow Treasure, etc. are the major works of A.G. Gardiner. Let us discuss about introduction to the essay. After listening to the title of the essay, on the rule of the road. So, what is meant by rule? Rule, and who will form the rules, and who has to follow the rules? When we are living in a systematic society, some rules are imposed by the government or by the authority. So, those rules should be followed by the citizen or by the people who are living in the society. So it is a famous and amusing essay by Gardner, and the essay reminds us, the readers means we are the readers, that in order that liberties of all may be preserved, the liberty of everybody must be curtailed. So we are all living in a society, and each and every person who are living in a systematic society has got his own liberty. So those liberties should be preserved, and everybody must be curtailed. And we should be knowing how to use in a proper way the liberty what we have got from the society, and how it has to be used. In other words, each person must have some limits on his or her freedom in order to enjoy the freedom that comes from social order. I was just talking about the society, and society has given us some freedom or liberty, and each and every of us, every person must have some limits on his freedom in order to enjoy the freedom. So there should be some limitations to enjoy the freedom. Gardiner gives a true meaning for liberty. What actually a freedom is, what actually is liberty, according to A.G. Gardiner. In general, we understand the word liberty as freedom. Yes, of course, liberty is nothing but freedom. Gardiner uses this word to interpret the true meaning of individual and social liberty. So he differentiates in between individual and social liberties, and he also emphasizes the necessity of certain constraints on individual liberty if society is to function in a truly civilized manner. So his overall concept of meaning of true liberty is each and every person who is living in a society, he must be aware of where and how to use his liberty. So liberty is given by the society, of course, but he must be aware what circumstances he has to use his liberty. According to him, liberty is not a personal affair only, it is also a social contract. H.G. Gardiner, he says liberty is not a personal affair. It does not belong to a person's personal life. It should have some social contract. So as I was talking earlier, he must be aware how and where to use that proper liberty, and he should be knowing the limitations of his liberty. In this slide, let us discuss the central idea of the essay. So, what the essay has got the central idea. The central idea of the essay is that the protection of every person's freedom involves the limitation of the liberty enjoyed by all. This is one of the central ideas of the essay. And liberty is not chaos, and it is not unbridled freedom. He says it is not a chaos. Freedom is not a chaos, and it is not unbridled freedom. And also, he gives us the meaning of true liberty and how it necessitates a how it necessitates a measure. And these are all the central idea he has given in the present essay. Dear students, let's have the session's summary. What we have discussed in our previous slides of this session. We came to know that this essay is written by one of the leading figures of English literature, A.G. Gardiner. He was an essayist. He was also a journalist. He wrote many essays in the pet name of Alpha of Plough. So this you have to remember. This may be asked for one word or one sentence question and answers. On the Rule of the Road is a famous and amusing essay by Gardner. The essay reminds the readers that in order to libertize of all, uh, that our liberties of all may be preserved, the liberty of everybody must be curtailed. And also, we had discussion about the central idea. The central idea of the essay is that the protection of every person's freedom involves the limitation of the liberty enjoyed by all. So these are all the contents we have discussed in this PPT session, and I have taken all these information from the source from your textbook correspondence Board of Editors approved by the Board of Studies in English, University of Mysore, and also I have taken some information from the website www.famouspeople.com and www.braincart.com. So thanks for watching this PPT session. Thank you so much, and we will be continuing in our next PPT session, the second part of this essay. So thank you so much. Take care.